if you have completed your Spark quest, you can buy a Spark for 12 Vault tokens, which is 2 weeks worth of tokens. Now, given the Essence collector, like that seems really slow for a source of Spark. So, I mean, it's nice that it's there, but generally speaking, man, I really think Blizzard are still, I think they're still missing the mark on those backup currencies. Because, like, gear feels so important in World of Warcraft that, you know, the backup, like, I do think the backup is way better than it used to be. Like, do you remember when it was, like, Stygia? They just gave you some Stygia.
Yeah, they're definitely getting better at this, but I think they're still, and I think for all the reasons I talked about it, preserving the power curve and stuff, I think they're a little bit afraid of just giving people gear there, because the sooner you get to the whole thing is the sooner you get to the end point, the sooner you go, I'm kind of done, I don't want to play anymore. But I think that's a problem that was very much, I guess, if you were BFA and Shadowlands, and you're playing those, you could like logically track, okay, well, what do you do when you're finished gearing? You log out and wait for the next patch 6 months and later. That's not what they want.
Yeah, like now there's more things to do and more alt friendliness, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, exactly. Now you want to really get to like double down on the alt friendliness and go, okay, well, what's the barrier to playing another class? Well, you have to learn it enough to do the content, but you never want to have something that's like, oh no, you shouldn't feel done. It's even the case of like, once we kill like Razageth and Hork, I need to get KSM as well, but I'll be pretty happy to say I am done on my druid. I will now go do other things.
Yeah,
but that'll still be way behind where I could be optimally geared if I wanted to keep going. So that's the kind of thing of that. For me, I'm kind of bowing out before the game says I'm done, in a sense, because I'm determining that. I think that's kind of bad for people feeling like, oh, I'm done now, I get to go again. It's almost like a New Game Plus, where you want to have everything roughly done before you New Game Plus. You don't want to just like skip to the boss, then New Game Plus and kind of call it early. You want to see the credits roll, and I think they need to do a slightly better job of people. Oh, I can be done now. Yeah, I can restart. I can do quick. Get enough people to do like I guess maybe 2 or 3 runs on alts, something like that might work.
Yeah, hell, even once I'm done with that, like I know with my priest, there's loads of mogs I want to get. There's loads of stuff that I want to do. So I mean, for me, like the end of gearing is like totally cool. Now, there is one other thing. The Catalyst Steward is now by the Great Vault, which just means that you can kind of pick up that quest at the same time, which is nice and handy. Again,
I didn't do that.
It's nice and handy in the way that people preferred Borealis to Dazara Lore, just because the Borealis Harbor was all just like nicely laid out together. And I think one of the things I've actually done a really good job of broadly in Valdrakken is the layout. Like, things are not perfectly symmetrical and stuff like that, like they were in Oribos, so I feel like I just have more of an intuitive understanding of the place. The only thing I would say is that the upgrade vendors only being in the place that kind of feels more PvP demarcated, that may not be intuitive to everybody.
I feel like that's probably caused a lot of issues with people actually spending Valor. Like, I'm not even joking. I remember it took me a while to remember upgrades existed because I just didn't see the vendor anymore. I'm like, oh yeah, well, I guess there's no PvE gearing place. Like, they're kind of, I mean, it was technically the same in Oribos. The item upgrade was over by the PvP vendor, but you also had your item upgrades in your Covenant Sanctum, so you could do that. Whereas in this case, it's like, just need to drop one in, maybe. Think of the Great Vault is you don't want it in the bank. So I don't know where you'd put it, but you put it somewhere and someone can get to it. But otherwise, I think Valdrakken's a good... okay, I wouldn't actually talk too much shit about Borealis. I was going to say Borealis, like, I think the worst case was Desire Lore, everything was all over the place. And that was them going, well, here's this massive city. Okay, well, how do we make this like feel? How do we make this feel like a proper massive city? You don't want to have this huge, big, like, pyramid and all these this big series of stuff and then go, okay, well, everything's in the middle and you don't have a reason to go out. But then it was too big. So I think Valdrakken does a good job of being between Desire Lore and between Oribos. Oribos was just, it's a circle of stuff. And Desire Lore was good luck finding anything without handy notes. And now this is better, but also Dragon Red makes it better. Because you just get to go, I can press aerials, I can press skyward and up, get to hop over to the rostrum, hop over to the auction house. That's actually slightly fun to get around.
It's nice to not be trapped in the big sex toy of death. So, good riddance.